Greetings and welcome to our yoga class. It's been about 2 weeks since we've had, or more than 2 weeks, maybe a month or so since we've had Gil and Nancy with us. So as I was just saying to them, I'm not quite sure what to do because I keep glancing to each side and going, what? It's nice to have them back. And right now we're in March of 2021. In case somewhere down in the future somebody views these tapes. And there's a great deal of hope that sooner or later the pandemic will recede and we'll be back to more normal classes. So let's start by coming into a comfortable seated position. Draw your awareness in and just take a moment to do a few things to let go of tension you might be holding. Like draw your hands into fists, and then just spread your fingers as wide as you can. Draw into fists and hold it for a breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, then spread your fingers. A couple more times, hold it for a breath. Spread your fingers. One last time. And then bring your hands comfortably onto your legs and just observe how they feel. I mean, that's a standard technique in yoga, PT, exercise, to engage and release, gently stretching and letting go of tension. So now draw your shoulders up to your ears, hold for a breath. And when you're ready, a big sigh, this time through your mouth. 2 more times. Draw up, hold a breath. Last time. And just take a moment to observe how your shoulders feel now. Then slowly and gently roll your shoulders. This nice continual movement in one direction for the moment. 3 or 4 times. And then back the other way. About the same number of times. And when you're even, release. Good. Now take a moment and imagine that you have like a softball under your chin. And so you're going to gently and slowly reach your chin out and down and let the chin come down over the softball. So don't draw right into your chest, but nice, long, open. Hold for about a breath. Slowly bring your head back to level. 2 more times. Reach out over that invisible ball. Hold, and bring the head back to level. And the last time. And back to center. Good. Bring everything back to center. And let's take some of the tension that you might have in your jaws out. So when you inhale, let your mouth gently come open, comfortably wide. And slowly let your jaw close. I realized I should have given all the instructions, because if I try to talk with my jaw all the way, that's not going to work so well. So what we're going to do is hold one breath with the jaw open, please. Gently open. And after a breath, close. 2 more times. And close after that breath. And one last time. And close. Good. Shake your shoulders. Let everything just kind of flop around. Come back to center. Good. Bring your feet forward a little bit. Now, as if there were a couple of pencils, and you're going to curl your toes and try to draw the pencil up and lift the toes off the floor. Hold all of that for about a breath. Then spread the toes wide and bring them back to the floor. Then curl the toes, pick up the pencil, lift the feet off the floor. The toes stay on your heels. And then spread wide, release the pencil. Last time. And release. Good. Draw your feet back. And if it's comfortable for you, be cautious with this, especially if you have anything going on with the feet or the toes. But just stomp your feet gently. Think of it more as a massage rather than throwing a temper tantrum. And then stop and just observe how it feels. Flow of blood, everything nice and warm and moving. Good. Now be cautious, especially if you have some issue with your ankles. In fact, to help you concentrate and stay safe, do just one leg at a time, but gently roll out onto the edge of your foot, and then roll back to the inner edge of your foot. And you may find you need to move your feet wider apart, but about 3 times, roll to the outer edge of the foot, and then roll to the inner edge of the foot. And we're not necessarily holding on that one. 3 times total. And then release. Good. And observe that foot and compare how it feels to the other foot. And then when you're ready, 3 times. Roll out. And then roll in. And notice, does one hip allow more movement? Does the ankle on one side as you continue on for 3 times? Is it different? Do you find tensions you didn't even know you had? And then everything back to center. Nice long spine. Interlock the hands. Bring them over your chest, the solar plexus, the heart center. And as you exhale, gently push the palms out, stretching your wrists, but letting your shoulder blades move apart. And as you inhale, let your shoulder blades slide together and wrap the forearms around the chest. A few more times like that, 2 or 3 more times, please. And wherever you are in number, push out and this time hold. And just stay for a few deep breaths. And then push the palms out and bring the arms wide. And back together. Interlock the hands. And lift to the ceiling. Now, if that bothers your wrists or elbows or shoulders, unlock the hands and bring them up as much or as little as you can without pain. But as you inhale, stretch tall. As you exhale, bring the backs of the hands to the head if possible. 2 more times. Stretch tall. Bring them back down. Last one. And release. Roll the shoulders gently. Good. You're anticipating. You know what would feel good next. So we're going to alternate sides and let one arm gently float up. And as you exhale, bend the elbow, come down, keep the palm forward. Reach up and come down. The other side. Back as much or as little as you can. Coming up. Back down. 2 more times, alternating sides. And last time, I think, unless I've lost count, which has been known to happen. And finish off. And release. Good. Now bring your feet forward just a little bit and take a few moments to adjust. I am, of people I know, one of the worst on what they jokingly call mansplaying. I have a tendency to turn my hips out a lot. So try to keep the knee in line with your hip joint. If that's a real problem for you, and certainly if you're working with a PT, ask their advice. But if you have some sciatic problems or you have problems with your sacrum, think about making sure that you don't sit all the time with your legs splayed. This goes for both men and women. It can put a lot of pressure down there, and it also can compress the sciatic nerve. So even to the point of like getting a small pillow or a small round ball, and just spend some time just gently sitting, not even squeezing it to begin with, but just sitting comfortably in alignment. But like I said, if you're doing some PT or working with a trainer, make sure you follow their advice on that. But sit comfortably erect. Imagine your vertebrae are moving apart so your spine stays long. Try not to slump, but keep it as comfortably expanded as possible. Take a deep inhale, feel it lengthen, and as you exhale, moving from your navel, gently twist to one side. As you inhale, come back to the center. Gently twist to the other side. And back to the center. 2 more times like that. Move at your own pace. And when you're done, everything back to center. Sitting nice and erect. Move your feet forward a little bit now. And hinge at the hips. Keep your back relatively flat. And exhaling, Gently come down as far as you comfortably can as you inhale, coming back up. Now, just one note before we continue. One of the things that we tend to do, because we're built that way, is to try to keep our eyes level. And that sometimes causes you to really stress your neck. So let your eyes move down with your head. And today I have the squeaky chair. I don't know if you can hear that over the mic. These old ships, they make a lot of noise. And this third time, go ahead and come down as far as you comfortably can without stress, neck relaxed, and stay for a few breaths. And then gently inhale and come up. Good. Interlock the hands or just lift the arms, stretch nice and tall. And this time as you exhale, push the palms out to the side and down. Then inhale, sweep to the side, come up. Exhale, push out, come down. One more time. Good. And release. Stretch your leg forward, heel on the floor. As you exhale, draw the toes to the nose. Try to keep the leg as straight as possible. As you exhale, point the toes. Drawing in, pointing out. And the fourth time you draw in, come in and stay. For a nice breath or two, and then point and stay. And when you've held about the same amount, release. Change sides. Draw in, like you're kicking with your ball point of your foot. And then press out, like you're going up on point. And after you've done about 3 times, the next time that you draw the toes up, stay for a couple of breaths. And then point the toes and stay a few breaths. And then, when you're ready, release. Good. Change. Draw the toes to the nose, or just try to have the toes straight up. Nice long spine. Have your knee unlocked, but try not to bend it as you hinge at the hips and bend forward, just till you feel a good stretch wherever that might be. Inhaling, slide, come back up. Remember about the eyes. Try not to keep them level all the time. Do 3 times, in and out. And then come in and stay. Wherever you can come without stress. And then come up. And move the leg around a bit. And stretch the other leg out. Draw the toes back, or at least vertical. And 3 times in and out. Try not to point your foot as you come down. Try to keep the toes up. Yes. That's adding a little of extra stretch to the back of the leg and even up into the hamstrings. And the 4th time, come in and stay for a bit. And after you've held a few breaths, release. Come up, shake the legs out. Good. And then bring your feet wider. For us, it's almost wider than the mat we're on, but whatever's comfortable for you. This changes the dynamics in the hip and the back some. So you're going to want to be cautious and not push it, but we're going to exhale and try to come down as much or as little as you can between your knees. And then slide and come back up. I should have taken my keys out of my pocket. About 3 times, and the 4th time, come down and stay a bit. Two, 3 breaths, and then release. Good. 2, 3, 4. However many breaths that you need to stay to even up. And don't worry, you're not trying to keep pace with anybody else. We won't leave without you. Maybe. Bring the legs in and shake them back and forth a bit. And stretch tall for a breath. And press the arms out and down. And then let's come up to standing. Give yourself a little bit of room behind. Take a moment if you need a chair to help you balance. In fact, if possible, I should remind people to have one near you if you know you're going to need it. But come forward. You could also set a chair up in a doorway and use the door frame on either side for balance if that's a real issue. Always be safe. Always listen to your body. Now, try to line your feet up so the toes are even and the feet are under the hips. And then, just like you're bouncing on the length of your spine.
Basketball.
Yeah. Well, I'm not tall enough to dribble you. And bring everything back to center. Unlock the knees. Bring the arms up, but bend the elbows. Nice long spine. And as you exhale, take the whole exhale to twist and wrap the hands around your body. As you inhale, coming back to the center. Exhaling, twist to the other side. Inhaling back to center. 2 more times, moving to the side with your exhale, moving to center with the inhale. And after about third time, everything back to center. Interlock your hands and gently sweep up. And exhale, sweep the hands to the legs. Hands on your thighs. You can take weight on the hands if you need. Unlock your knees. Don't try to bend forward with straight legs. And as you exhale, slide and come down any amount. As you inhale, slide and come back up. 2 more times, in and out. And when you get to the 4th time, come down and stay for a few breaths. 3 or 4 breaths. And when you're ready on an inhale, after 3 or 4 breaths, come all the way up, slide the hands up. And when you're all the way up, sweep the arms up. And then sweep them out. Roll your shoulders when you're all done. Good. Now, keeping the feet relatively the same distance left to right, step 1 foot back and the other foot forward. Square your hips and take a moment. Figure out how your balance is. Make sure you don't need the chair or the door frame. And as you exhale, draw the navel in and come down over the leg any amount. As you inhale, come back up. So 3 times like that, in and out, front knee gently unlocked. And the 4th time, come in and stay for a few breaths. Three or 4 breaths. And when you're ready, inhale and come back up. Step the feet even. And then change to the other side. Same thing, 3 times in and out. 4th time coming in and staying. After you've held 3 or 4 breaths, when you're ready, release and come up. And then come all the way up. Good. Shake your feet. Good. And then let's come back to sitting. So nice long spine. Try not to lean too far back. Try to keep your spine pretty straight and erect. Find a comfortable distance for your knees. As we've been talking about today, try not to let them spread out too much, but be comfortable and feel yourself firmly rooted to the earth. Let your shoulders relax. You might want to just drop the arms and reach back a little bit, not pulling, but letting your chest open. And just remember that feeling of a nice open chest, and then bring the hands to a comfortable position on the legs. And go ahead and let your eyes close if you wish, or let them be very soft. And visualize the sun above you. And as you inhale, draw that light and the energy of the sun down from the crown of your head, down all the way to the soles of your feet. And as you exhale, visualize you're gathering up any tension in your body and exhaling it up and out through the crown of your head. Inhaling light and energy in from the top, and exhaling the toxins and the stress and the tension back out from the bottom. Inhaling up, inhaling out. And then very gently release that image. Let your eyes slowly open if they're closed. Inhale through the nose, sigh through the mouth 2 or 3 of your breaths. And bring everything back to the center. Move the fingers and the toes, flex and extend. Shake the arms and legs. And thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time.